So, who here has ever seen the show One Tree Hill? It's a very popular show. I'm sure many of you guys have heard of it or seen it. Well, the main character, Nathan Scott, but his real name is James Lafferty, came out of Hemet, California. He actually graduated from my alumni school, Hemet High. Hemet is located in the center of Southern California, which we all know Southern California is one of the most desirable places to live in the world. But there are some downfalls of Southern California. There is no community usually, there's a lot of traffic, and it's a way out of everyone's price range. But what if you could have it all? What if you could have the great geographical location? What if you can have that community and you can also afford to live here? Well, yes, this place does exist. It's called Hemet, and Hemet has a beautiful scenery, great mountains, it's close to the beach. It also has a great family community, and it's also affordable. Hemet is located about 15 miles east of the 10 freeway. It is nestled in the foothills of San Jacinto Mountains, which, by the way, is rated one of the 6 top mountains to hike in Southern California, according to everytrail.com and SoCal Hiker. In the summer, when the weather can get hot, you can pull up my first slide, sorry. When the summer can get hot, the cooler mountain areas are temperature around 50 degrees, and the average high is about 80s. And you can see that on the slide, and also the location on the map. You can see that it's next to the 215 and the 10, and you see a little beach on the bottom. It's about an hour's drive to there. Anyways, my own experience living in Hemet was great. Like the hiking, the mountain biking, the off-roading, the mudding, like we did all of that growing up. There was all the locals know this place called the Falls, where you could like hike up and jump into these big ponds of water, and it's just a lot of fun. There's also a ton of orange groves in Hemet, and we used to play capture the flag and like set up screens, and it's just like for a family, if you want to raise a family there, it's definitely really fun for like as a teenager or like growing up in middle school and stuff. There was a lot of things that we like came up with to do, and instead of just like going to spend money, we like came up with our own ideas, which made us be creative. Also, Hemet is known for its small, like I said, and has a very community-based culture. If you love community where you actually know your neighbors, kind of like APU, and you enjoy living in like the slow lane, Hemet is a place for you. Hemet is a great place for families and retirees. Being raised here myself, I said that Hemet was an excellent place to live, like I said before, and I had a blast throughout my school years because it was such a close-knit community. I had the same friends from elementary, middle school, and high school, and I had lasting friendships that I'm still friends with my friends today. My grandparents also actually moved from Whittier, where Becca's from, to Hemet to retire, and they absolutely loved it. There are a ton of places like medical facilities, such as Loma Linda and Kaiser Permanente, that are very close to Hemet. Hemet is also only about 15 miles away from Temecula, which is located off the 215. And you can pull up the second slide. And there you go. So as you can see the mountains in Hemet, but also Temecula is known for their wineries. It's one of the top winery places in Southern California. And so if you like wine, and a lot of AP students do, then it's a place for you too. You can go wine tasting all the time and then go over to Temecula, and they have a huge mall, and it's only about 15 miles from Hemet, which is really great. And then you can come back and you can go away from like the big city feel, and there's places to park, there's no traffic, there's no long lines at restaurants that you get in those big cities. But as college students, we all know that it's going to be really hard for us to afford like supporting ourselves on our own after leaving APU, and Hemet is super affordable. So the average home in Southern California costs about $402,000, while the average home in Hemet costs $170,000 according to Zillow.com. And on the slide, thank you for bringing that up. You can see Hemet house on the top, and then San Dimas on the bottom, which San Dimas is only about 10 minutes from APU, and so it's not like I picked like a super rich area or anything. San Dimas, I say, is pretty average for Los Angeles County, and the home above is 4 bedrooms, same with the bottom. They're around the same with square footage, and in Hemet, The price range is $200,000 and the San Dimas house is $450,000. And so you can see that big difference between both of the houses. And also you can see that like the San Dimas house is a little bit more run down almost too than the Hemet house. And so you're gonna get a lot more for your buck in Hemet, which is definitely a positive. So if you're, like I said, if you're just starting a family, I know there's a lot of ring by spring girls here, and they're about to get married and start their family. Hemet's a great place for you to start their new life together. And also, if you're just a single college student and you need a place where you can afford and support yourself, and also after to retire in, it's a great place to live. So my mom used to tell me that I couldn't have my cake and eat it too. But by making a choice to live in Hemet, I believe you can. You can have the beautiful landscape, the slow-paced, community-centered environment, and lastly, you won't be burning a hole in your pocket. You'll actually be able to afford where you're living. So whether you're right out of college, starting a new family, or getting ready to retire, Hemet is a great choice for you.